Did you know there was a World Video Game Hall of Fame? Well, it started last year. This is the Kings of Rice,
This is Ultima.
and this is MGT Cast.
What?
So, um, what was I gonna say? Well, I mean, like I said in the intro, there is a World Video Game Hall of Fame, and which, like, if you don't know already, this is the second year of the World Video Game Hall of Fame. And if you're looking there at the actual picture that we're using for this background, you can see the first six inductees from last year's Hall of Fame, which is Pac-Man, Doom, Super Mario Brothers, Pong, Tetris, and World of Warcraft. So let's just say it's not, unlike all you people out there on the forums and and all the other trolley places on the internet, um, it's it's not all old shit. Okay, most of what's on the first is pretty old, but you can't deny that World of Warcraft is not old. Is not really old. So blow it out your ass. So with that said, I'm gonna read this little tidbit here. This is actually comes from I don't if anyone's ever heard of the Chive. I go on it a lot. Um, oh, it's mostly like my friends like to look at it for uh bikini clad women and stuff like that. But I use it for
they have
everything,
what there? No, I'm just
for everything they have to offer basically, and then they have some pretty funny articles. Um, so the World Video Game Hall of Fame in Rochester, New York, announced the new nominees for 2016 induction. The list, well, let's just skip this part. It says all the nominees, full list below, had an undeniable impact on the world of gaming and popular culture. The Strong said in a statement, many of the nominees are games that did not make the first ballot. That did not. It says many of the nominees are games that did not make it in the first ballot. So basically, like none of these games made it like in the. I want to say in the first running for the first inductees.
yeah. So
Um,
the assumption is probably what about 9 of these were in the ballot last year.
and none of them
It's
made
only
it.
6 made it in. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So starting off, we're gonna start at the first one, which is John Madden Football. So let's just go in the years here. This particular game came out in what is it? 1988.
Mm-hmm.
So this is pretty much self-explanatory for anyone who's ever played a Madden game. I mean, what is a Madden game? It's a football game.
It's football. Football.
So on this Chive article, it says John Madden was so insistent that there would be 11-11 football that the game needed to wait an extra year before release of computers to be able to do it. So that's pretty crazy. Um, so also just to note, I'm really gonna be more talking about the more obscure entries on this list. Not that John Madden football was hella obscure, but most people don't really know like the early John Madden football games. I
Yeah.
believe I have this game. I want to
Yeah.
say. Actually, no, I don't
I know
because
some of the chitlin out there might just see.
no, actually, I think I have the 1990 John Madden football.
Yeah. I know some
Um,
people might there just see Madden as a bro game, but
no, because there's a lot of old school
it's got an
old school
impact.
stuff.
It's
Oh yeah.
lasting impact.
Now,
Gaming
just a
landscape.
tidbit before we move on. No actual NFL teams are included due to lack of NFL or NFLPA license for authentic teams, player names, and stadiums. However, some teams are based on real teams. One could also create a team from scratch, and it was the only Madden game released for the Commodore and the Apple II. So, again, as I go down the list, most of these games are pretty self-explanatory. The next one is called Elite, and I'm gonna let you know right now. It was released on quite a bit of quite a few platforms, and it was released in 1984. Um, the publisher by Firebird. It was released for let me just say, the BBC Micro, the Acon Electron, Apple II, the Amstrad CPC, the Commodore 64, the ZX Spectrum, the MSX, the Tatung Einstein, IBM PC compatible, Acorn Archimedes, the Amiga, the Atari ST, and the NES. That's quite a few. That's quite a few platforms it was on.
Jeez.
So basically, what it is is a space trading video game. So it's space trading and combat simulator. Um, the player initially controls the character Commander Jameson through. It's almost like let me just say I'm gonna put just in case people want to see like a picture. I'm gonna look for the actual Chive browser page, and I'm going to put it in the description. But so everyone can get an idea of what this game looks like, because there is a picture. It's basically like it's almost. I think I want to say it's almost like it uses wireframe 3D graphics to.
Yeah, I'm looking at this right now.
I
I
know, ain't that some
googled it.
shit? Uh,
Whoa.
yeah, it
All
says
right.
just a tidbit. It says Elite proved hugely influential, serving as a model for games including Wing Commander Privateer. You wouldn't believe Grand Theft Auto, Eve Online, Freelancer, the X series, and No Man's Sky. So
No
1980,
Man's Sky. Wow.
1984, a game that proved to be pretty influential. So it ran on 32 kilobytes of memory. Um,
Oh my gosh.
now we're moving into a few that then into the, I believe, well, except for one other, that are pretty self-explanatory. Final Fantasy, the very first Final Fantasy game.
Woo woo.
So I'm gonna let you know I do own the last game they made before they started making the Final Fantasy games. What King's Knight, is that what it's called?
Yeah, something like that.
In the caption here, it says the game so definitely the game so definitely last for the company that they put final into the title. It rescued Square from bankruptcy. Just to let you know, like Square was not always that, that huge company that we see now.
Yes.
They damn near went under. We wouldn't have had these games if it wasn't for Final Fantasy, because they saw that as their last hurrah. So, okay, next one. Grand Theft Auto 3, again another one that needs no introduction.
Yeah.
Um, damn dude, like I'm gonna let you know right now, I was never able to complete this game because of like just the bugs in it, just the bugs I ran into. Um, the precursor to 100 ripoffs and the open world idea, many imitators and no competitors, or no real competitors. Um, ultra violence. Uh, Next one, probably the newest one on this list, Minecraft. Surprisingly, it did not make the list last year. Um,
Well, considering the 6 games it went up against, I think it's a little understandable.
yeah, I guess so. Minecraft has become so influential on games that many kids today don't say they play video games. They say they play Minecraft. Honestly, that's like a true ass statement if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
I mean, even for people like us. I mean, we're only 27. I mean, it's still
Mm.
considered to be pretty young. But yeah, most little kids will say like, I play Minecraft. That's pretty much their generalization of video games at this point. Um, I'm not gonna lie, Minecraft could be a huge addiction for some people. So you know,
Definitely.
there's nothing like spending hours and hours of of the day lost. Um, boy, did I develop a system for myself. Next one, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic
The
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 Hedgehog.
blue blur
Sega.
the blue blur with an attitude, the character of the X generation, edgy enough that for a too brief period in 1994, Sega Genesis was actually outselling the Super Nintendo. He changed the console wars forever. So
Yeah.
basically, in the time period that it was either Mario or Sonic, I mean, where did your loyalties lie? um I mean, but most people probably played both regardless.
Oh yeah, we had a Genesis and a Super Nintendo.
I did have a Super Nintendo, but I don't even know the story of what happened to that thing. But we do have our NES still, and we do have the original Mario. So
I will say I legitimately did prefer Mario as a game over Sonic, but Sonic was still fun.
yeah. Next one. This game killed more AA batteries than anything in history. Well, before the age 16. Don't be gross.
Damn.
Uh, that would be Pokemon Red and Blue. Not just
What?
Red. not just blue, red and blue. And I got a picture here of red and red and blue. Well, I better get rolling. I'm gonna wait for him to call him a loser. But yeah, so much time. I'm not gonna lie, I did never play these two original games. I put the only Gen 1 game I ever played was Yellow.
Okay.
So I still fall under the category just barely. Um, Next one on the list, the first Tomb Raider. The original badass cave explorer shooting T-Rexes and wolves with a pair of pistols. And I don't mean the triangles on her chest.
Oh my
Damn.
god.
Tomb Raider featuring Lara Croft created sex appeal for gaming. Lara Croft became a fashion icon, even landing her own magazine covers. Basically, the dorks every fantasy back in the day. Well, back then it was called a dork, but it was like nerds and stuff. I mean, I was never a huge fan of the I was never a huge fan of the Tomb Raider series. I mean,
I
I
I
knew quite a people
argue
I knew quite a bit of people that were.
I argue it's the one game up right now that I think is more based on how iconic its character is than actually
Its game itself.
the game itself. Now, admittedly, the last two games have supposedly been phenomenal, but since they rebooted the series. But I
I mean,
think
they did a
this one
fantastic
goes more
job
for
with
like
the.
its cultural impact
I mean, they did a fantastic job on it.
through
I
the
mean,
character more than like the game was like, oh man, this is such an important game.
I think that they more focused on story than anything else
Yeah.
because I honestly I don't really know anything about Tomb Raider. I don't know that much about Tomb Raider, so I don't know what how much value it had in the story in the beginning. So all right, now moving on. This one is one of the obscure ones. I honestly can't really find anything for this one because it was like it comes in an arcade cabinet in Germany. So it's called the Nürburgring One, and it's the first person racing game, and it was released in 1975. The German racing game Nürburgring, released in 1975, gave players a thrilling first-person experience behind the wheel and became the model for almost every racing game that followed. So, and obviously, for those of you who don't know, that don't know anything about like racing, I guess, but I'd imagine anyone at this point has played Gran Turismo or Forza.
Yeah.
Or for most people anyway, the Nürburgring is a legendary track that's in Germany, and a lot of supercar makers actually test their cars on the Nürburgring, but to an effect where the cars don't actually feel very comfortable, according to some people, because the suspension ends up being too hard, more for racing than anything else. But yeah, moving on to a game that anyone my age like knew just let's just say anyone like our age like were like the last ones to ever use a floppy disk, and this was the reason why: the Oregon Trail
Yeah. Oh wow.
on our old school IBM computers. um God damn, man, there's nothing like dying to dysentery, right? um
There's nothing like dying of dysentery.
oh man, dude, like, and killing too much meat,
Yeah,
you
killing
know
too many buffalo.
killing too many buffalo and can't carry back all the meat. Wow, what a fucking waste, right?
Yeah, then you realize deep down you really it's like, oh my god, I am American. I killed all the buffalo.
It's like who fucking I don't remember the comedian that said this. America's the only country in the world that hunts on a full stomach.
Damn.
So we're
Wrecked.
American. The next one on the list is Sid Meier's Civilization.
Ooh.
Conquer your foes, create the greatest people the world ever knew. Personally, suck away a lifetime of hours. I mean, anyone who's played Civilization, I haven't played a lot, but I know like just by sitting down to play this game a few times, that this game could burn the hours.
Yeah, Civ 5 could eat your life away, dude. I was like playing it I played it a handful of times. And I have it, but it's like, ooh.
I have the what is it the free one that came out on Xbox 360
Oh
when
yeah, I
they
think
had
that
it for
was.
free.
I forget which one that was. I think that was Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that one was like I think that one was like the best one up until that. I mean, no, not to say the best one, but like everyone, it held its own for a long time.
Yeah.
Um, well, moving on, Space Invaders, rumored to have been so popular that there was actually a shortage of 100 yen coins in Japan. It was the first game to include a story written in any form with the game. So even though it seemed like that it was just you shooting aliens out of the sky, there's actual story there.
Yeah.
There's actual story behind shooting aliens in the sky. Why you
Space Invaders. Wow.
Yeah, ain't that some shit? Actual shortage of 100 yen coins. It was that popular in Japan. Next one on the list. See, I'm telling you, all the rest of these are going to be self-explanatory. Um, Next one on the list, Street Fighter 2. Probably the best fighting game ever created.
Yeah.
With its bright colors, stereo sounds, and creative menagerie of characters, Street Fighter 2 immediately took over the arcades and dominated the fighting genre for years. Like, even now, like,
Yeah.
for the fighting game fanatics that I know, like the ones that that'll swear up and down that that they can't be beat by anyone. Like most fighting games nowadays, the new ones they suck and can still suck in comparison to Street Fighter 2.
I legit feel at this point that all Capcom cares about is Street Fighter and Resident Evil.
I mean,
I mean, I can't blame them. Street Fighter's been
Street
buttering
Fighter's
their
been pretty
biscuits for
dominant in
years.
the pro scene too. So
Yeah. Street Fighter's been, cashing their checks for ages.
and then Resident Evil's trying to make their comeback by doing a remasters.
Yeah.
Gotta breathe life into that series after six kind of threw it face down into the mud. I
Kind
mean,
of
I didn't think six
derailed.
was that bad, but
I think 5 was kind of for a lot of people too, and then
I guess six just rubs salt in the wound, right?
yeah,
All right, so next one on the list is The Sims. There's nothing like playing house while you're at home.
yeah. There's nothing like pretending to live life while you're not living life.
It's funny. My sister was playing The Sims yesterday. Actually, she was playing Sims 3 Pets on the PS3.
I have Sims 4, and I need to play it.
Yeah, my sister got Sims 4 for I think her birthday or something.
I haven't
No,
played
I
it
think
yet.
either Christmas or her birthday. I don't remember. The Sims took the idea of simulation up to life and breathed. Oh, excuse me, I almost
Brothed,
breathed
brothed life into it.
breathed life into the idea of societal observation as an idea. So, I mean, again, self-explanatory. You play house while you're at home, not living life. It can be pretty ridiculous. And
There's something
last,
strangely addicting and fascinating about the game.
for real, there's nothing like trying to make a virtual version of yourself happy
Yeah,
and realizing all you really need for yourself is a bowl of cereal and you'll be dope and you'll be set in real life, but bowl of cereal ain't gonna do shit for you in this game. Um, Last but not definitely not least, but I mean it's gonna be this is the last on the list, but there will be more to come next till all the way next year. But the original Legend of Zelda, the first open world game, the Legend of Zelda could be played in any order in any direction. It wasn't even required you obtain the sword to be able to beat it.
damn.
So I'm gonna let you know right now. This is pretty much like what my parents played back in the day.
Yeah,
Which basically open the video game world up to us. Even though they complained for years that, that's the reason why, I didn't do good in school or my older brother didn't do good in school, but they pretty much introduced that to us. I'm not saying it's their fault, but video games wasn't what ruined it for wasn't what ruined our school for us. But influentials regardless. So that is the list for the
names.
World Video Game Hall of Fame for this year, 2016.
Yeah,
Actually, if you go, I'm gonna put a link in the description for their website. You can actually go to their website and you can actually nominate games for next year.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
I believe you can also vote.
yeah, you can actually vote too on their website. So again, you can use that link in the description to go to their website and to vote for any of these games, and to maybe nominate some of the but please be actual good games.
Yeah, don't just. Oh
It's
my god.
I'm not gonna lie, Undertale isn't gonna be on there,
Yeah, don't expect Undertale to be nominated within the next year.
so
Everyone, calm down.
that's like um that's like Callisto getting into the Hall of Fame this like
I
next year.
know. We need to get like Braid or Super Meat Boy in here before we get Undertale. We're gonna start doing indie games. Um.
So
So man, I mean, I don't know about you, but I think we should make predictions.
so basically, you want to say if it's gonna be
What
six again.
six? Yeah. Pick
So
pick the six you think.
so pick the six I think are gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Pokemon Red and Blue. Wait, does
Okay.
that count? One, two. They say it's 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so both those games
Yeah,
count as one
Pokemon in
game.
general is just
Okay, so I'm gonna say Pokemon,
yeah.
Minecraft,
Mhm.
Zelda,
Mhm.
Grand Theft Auto.
Mhm.
Okay, so let me count again. Pokemon, Minecraft, Zelda, Grand Theft Auto, and I'm torn between Final Fantasy and Street Fighter, but I'm gonna have to go Street Fighter.
Mhm.
That's my six.
All right. Pokemon for sure. I think. Um too much staying power, longevity. Sold too well, too influential. Um After that, Grand Theft Auto 3, that was just too important.
To a lot of our introductions
Yeah.
to ultraviolence. There's that term again.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna Street Fighter 2. So that's 3.
Hmm.
Did I say Pokemon?
You
Yeah, I
did at
said
the
Pokemon.
beginning.
Yeah.
Damn.
The Pokemon Grand Theft Auto 3, Street Fighter. Yeah, Zelda. I think. Um,
Got two more.
Zelda. I'm gonna say The Sims,
Okay.
and I think Sims is gonna get Minecraft's spot I, because those are probably two of the newer games. I know the first Sims isn't that old, but I mean, isn't that new? But like it's a little newer compared to most other games on this list.
Yeah.
So I think Sims is gonna get it. Actually, I don't think Minecraft's gonna get it yet.
Okay. Hey, you know what then? Before you make your sixth pick, I'm gonna change. I thought about that after I picked Minecraft, but I'm gonna change my pick from Minecraft to Final Fantasy.
Yeah. See, I want to say Final Fantasy.
What you're gonna say, Elite, right? No, I'm just joking.
No, I'm gonna say Space Invaders.
But you know what? That sounds like. Yeah. You know what?
I'm gonna say Sims, Street Fighter 2, Grand Theft Auto 3, Zelda, Space Invaders, and Pokemon.
You know what? I'm gonna choose my favorite video game finalist right now. I'm gonna pick. Where's Pokemon at? Ah, Pokemon. Submit. I mean, it's set for it's on the actual selection. It's set for red and green, but red blue
Mm,
for us. So
yeah.
right now, out of the votes, believe it or not, Pokemon
Yeah.
is winning. It's got 49.85% of the votes.
Okay.
Next is The Legend of Zelda, 20.55 votes
Yeah.
percent of the votes. Next is Final Fantasy with 10.22% of the votes.
Wow.
Sonic the Hedgehog with 7.76% of the votes. Street Fighter with 2.08% of the votes. And
Then Grand Theft Auto 3. No, Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail.
Wow. Oh no,
Wow.
Sid Meier's Civilization is
Shoot
1.75.
me in the ass. Anyway,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Oh yeah. Actually, yeah. So it's Oregon Trail and Sid Meier's.
No, okay.
No Grand Theft Auto.
All right.
So 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2,
Shit, that may be the list, man.
3, 4, yeah,
But
1, 2,
but we'll wait to see. We
yeah.
will wait to see.
We'll
So,
see. I don't know if they just like take the top one and then they decide the other 5. I don't know.
but we'll see. So,
But I think it's safe to assume it does seem like Pokemon's probably a pretty safe bet.
yeah. So I guess we'll call the video from here.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you think about these games on the list,
Yeah.
on the current list, and tell us what you think about the games
Yeah.
that are on the list
What?
last year.
Yeah. And what game would you nominate?
And what games would you? Yeah, that's a good question. What
that
games would you
are
nominate?
either not already in there or not on this 15 finalist list?
And also, like, and then name games that, again, like, that you think belong on this list.
Think about historically relevant games and not necessarily games that were like, wow, this game was really good last year.
Now we're gonna have to set a standard here. Let's just go from 10 years before this.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Minecraft is like the one exception just because of how big
Just how huge it became.
Yeah.
In such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say people are gonna hate me, but fuck you. It's bigger. It will be bigger than Undertale will ever be. Bigger. Because everybody who's played Undertale has played Minecraft. Fuck yourself. So, with that tidbit of wisdom, I'm gonna shit on your soul. This is the Kings of Rice.
By the way, please check out our Undertale stream because we don't hate the game. We swear to God.
It's just Minecraft is bigger.
Yeah. It's just, guys, you guys like stuff. You get a little carried away on the internet.
But that's what the platform's for. It's for tough people and people who get carried away.
Exactly.
I flex on you. This is the Kings of Rice.
This is Ultima. Also, I think I'd nominate Super Mario 64.
Oh.
For just like first 3D platformer, really.
For me, it'd be International Track and Field 2000. Peace out.